I'd offer advice, but once we're in there, all my experience is meaningless.
We're going into an Archmage's tower. It'll all be fine. Or at least exciting.
One moment.
Oh, you made it. Unfortunately, I still have reading to do. Amuse yourself with these skeletons while I finish this paragraph.
Get to the point.
What did you expect from an Archmage?
Is all that noise necessary? I am trying to read.
Slow. And who's next? Not barbarian. Just freaking first is messing things up again.
You're right.
Target so we can keep track of them. And it's another spider.
could probably hear us.
That wasn't such a good idea. We got flammable floor. Play around with it.
Oh, look at the three of you. It's like something out of a book. A godlike of an unknown deity, a flute-carrying scout, and a rainbow-colored wizard. All looking for a garden, from what I've gleaned.
It is her. We felt the pluck of her fingers outside our door, searching. For us? Our prison? Who is she? What does she seek?
My little puzzle was very clever, wasn't it? A challenge and a parable, all at once.
Well, now that we're done with the formality of defeating the skeletons...
Fear peels away all of one's pretense. Mortals are their most sincere when they're under stress. Also, I needed to finish my reading. Although it would have been amusing if you died for it. Huh? What did you think I was trying to tell you with the puzzle? Spoken like a war criminal. Well done. Yes, when there is a tectonic shift in history, people always die. The point of the parable is quite simple. Sentimentality is a privilege. The village would have lived if they had chosen to sacrifice one dying soul for the good of many living ones. I hardly know, honestly. When you've lived as long as I have, it's easy to lose track of individual lives. More than anything, the whole challenge was for you to understand how I think. No one truly matters in the long run. Not even me, or the other archmages. It's what we leave behind. What matters is that our lives buy the world more history, more beauty, more time to create interesting things. Do you understand? For conversation with me, primarily. Most people find it difficult to relate to an archmage. And if you cannot do so, it will complicate my attempts to communicate with you. I hope you're not intending to enter the ruins. I won't open the path. Consider listening for a moment before you resort to utter futility. I came to the Living Lands because the sickness here, this Dream Scourge, fascinated me. This plague shouldn't exist. It can't, and yet it does. The essence of the Living Lands is falling into chaos and entropy. It's more powerful than anything I've seen. I suspect it has something to do with how the Aedyr has been severed from the rest of the world. I believe the answers lie in the ruins, but the essence there is so strong it's blocking my spell work, which has never happened before. Ever. No one enters Naku Kubel until I get to the bottom of this. Sorry. I'm fascinated by the implications. What about you is so special that you can enter the ruins and I cannot? You have my interest. Show me if you live up to it. Are you? Oh my. I didn't think this was possible. Something I don't already know. I can't believe I overlooked this possibility. A god here, alone, trapped in the severed Aedyr. This explains so much. My magic being ineffective, the essence here being so intense. And you, godlike, with your unfamiliar appearance. You're the missing key to the lock, sealing Naku Kubel. Don't take this the wrong way, but in a different life, I'd have flayed you for my study. You are a godlike of this strange, isolated, possibly miserable god. A piece of them resides in you. I have no doubt that like will recognize like. You will open the gates to Naku Kubel, and I will study this metaphysical aberration up close. Go. Find your so-called garden. Report your findings to me. Perhaps there is more to this than either of us alone can see. A little, yes. Mostly I'm just pleased that there are still things I'm ignorant of. It's gotten so tedious of late. A good question, with possibly worrying answers.
Severing Aedyr like this requires mass amounts of essence. The souls of thousands offered up for a singular purpose.
Who knows how many were sacrificed to sever an entire continent, and why? I do intend to find out, though. If there's anything of interest there, I imagine you'll find it. My thanks in return, godlike. It's not often that Kith, or really anything at all, can surprise me. I wish you luck on your journey, if you believe in such things. Just keep in mind that countless dream thralls are on the same path. I'm sure you'll survive. If not, well, lovely to have met you. Let's hope you remain unscathed. And you, Orlan, you seem a clever one. Take my grimoire. It will allow you to dispel the barrier I have set before the ruins. You have talent. Not any mage can dispel my illusions. Perhaps when this is over, we should speak again.
You want to speak again? Yeah, of course. Can't wait.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure she could use an Orlan corpse to add to her collection.
I assume you want directions to the ruins. The ruins are far in the northwest. The people here have named that area the Deadfall Highlands. No more wasting time. Off you go. Use the teleporter behind me to leave. Or jump, I suppose, if you're feeling grim.
Look at all these books. Do you think she'd let me borrow some? Just happened, right? I didn't imagine it. RynGrim liked me? And my spellcraft! And she gave me her grimoire. Look, isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? You were incredible. Thank you for trusting me.
Oh, you did that completely without my trust. I admit, I'm impressed.
Very much so. I've always heard the most agile warriors come from the tusks. You proved them right. With RynGrim's grimoire, I think we can go to the ruins and find the garden.
Are we actually ahead of Ludwig for once? I'm not familiar with this feeling.
Then there's no time to waste. I must prepare for Naku Kubel. As must you.
Oh, there is a campfire out there with my name on it. Let's go.
Teleporter makes sense. Because you can fly there. like I missed it. Finish like this.
No more, please. I just want... You see that too, right? The ice. I dream about the ice sometimes. It talks to me. I don't know what it's saying, but it makes me afraid. The Archmage whispered something to me, but I don't remember what. And I'm not sure I want to either. She's broken all of us. Even the Zoribs. Poor bastards. Aedyr, wasn't I? I've been so busy with the Zoribs. They're smarter than we think. There was one with the most beautiful spear. I wanted it. I told the Archmage. She said... No. I hear it. I've heard it whisper under the skin. Our deaths come courting. But I want the Zorib spear. And the ice has my death. I don't know what to do. Oh, I haven't slept in so long. Did you see its spear? Something beautiful in this cold dark. The ice takes everything in the end. Oh, I can hear it calling even now. Markran's teeth. You're not at... Did you see a spear on a Zorib? The ice takes every...
One moment.
Brook statue.
This looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
Back to base. Setting up the whoopee can.
It cannot be a god. This is preposterous.
Yes, but have you seen what has passed before? The most preposterous things are always true. A god unbound to us. What does it feel? What does it think? It fascinates us.
It is not one of us. We must be sure of its intent.
Perhaps its birth was the natural order, and ours was absurd.
Very well. If you see all the mysteries of Eora, explain it. How can it rival us?
We do not smell rivalry. Does it know of us? It dances to an ancient tune.
Just this once, I wish you would make sense.
It is slippery. It beckons, then hides itself.
If we cannot quantify this god, we cannot be sure that it will not challenge us one day.
Carry before the lunge, then.
I will not act now, but I will watch and wait. I will not brook another Wodika, from outside or within.
I could roast a Balrog on the energy coming off this thing. I don't think I could do what you do. Too many unknowns.
But that...
Let's not do that again. Let's stay out of Archmage's domains from now on. Sure, we made it out alive, but that outcome felt out of my hands more than I'd like. Right. I'm trying. All I'm good at is surviving, under specific conditions that make sense to me. When things don't make sense, what am I supposed to do? Just hope it all works out? Right. I wish I'd thought of that. Anyway, I'm glad to be out of there. Time to curl up with some jerky and a few swigs of Wodak. Anyway. Until next time.
Okay, best food you've...
We'll just store this away.
You've eaten. Go.
Fury and RynGrim's.
Really? Fascinating. Why?
Why? Why do you need to know?
Well, I think you can learn a lot of someone from their favorite meals.
Is
And we need to go all the way here.
If you were asked where I was last, what would you say?
I must have done 100 shifts on those watchtowers. Never saw so much third-born blood under them.
Maybe there's a fast travel point somewhere.
I still remember the first time I saw these still boots. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
Look like it.
You tear it all apart!
I was just getting warmed up.
Here, buddy.
Memorial. Never thought anything could contain that man, you know? That booming laugh, that bottomless appetite, boundless energy. Now he's under a pile of rocks. You're just making this more real. This is where you're supposed to distract me, lighten the mood with a wisecrack. Well, you didn't have to give me the truth. There's something I didn't tell you about Thomas' death. Remember how I noticed he'd lost his badge? I went out. He told me to stay. I walked away, envoy, and I kept walking. Not since returning with you. Couldn't imagine anyone would be too happy to see me after everything. And now you know why I never went back to his house in Emerald Stair. Why I never came back to Thirdborn. I wouldn't know what to do with something that fancy sounding, even if you did. I just figured I owed you some honesty. The truth is, traveling with you and Marius, getting to know Giada and Yahtzee. It's felt easy. Too easy. I've gotten comfortable. You're so clear-headed, so easy to follow, that I've been able to fall in line and back you up. But I'm not that guy, envoy. I'm not a joiner. I'm good for a skirmish, some war stories, a few drinks, but I'm not someone you keep around. Come on, you know my story now. I let people down. I let them down when they're counting on me most. Oh, I know I'm not. The world is full of every kind of selfish, greedy, cowardly bastard you can imagine. Doesn't make it any better to be one of them. I know what I am. I'm finally facing it. Don't hold back on me now. Tell me what you really think. What? No, I didn't. He died pulling my ass out of the fire, and I still let him face it alone. How can I remember him without remembering that? He was all those things. I never forgot it. I guess I stopped thinking of him as anything other than a dying man I left behind. I never realized I'd let my failure change the way I remembered him. One of the things I loved about Tama was how he gave us all a fresh start. No matter where we'd come from or what we'd done. I drifted to Paradise, but never thought about where I'd go from this. Tom always talked about the places he hoped to see. The islands of Deadfire, the tundras of Nasitok, the ancient cities of Old Valia. Maybe I ought to see some of those places for us both. As a traveler, not a soldier. Once we've stopped the Dream Scourge and dealt with the Steel Garrote. I've got some things to sort out, but it feels good to have something to look forward to.
Okay, that sells that. pretty far.
I used to patrol out here. Swore I'd never come back.
Hey, over here! I've got supplies for sale. Have you been following me, envoy? Just can't get enough. I jest. It is good to see you once more. I've picked up some more goods in my... Over here. I've got supplies for sale.
Yep.
Oh, I used to love stargazing up here. Campo.
I know Zarips can be pests, but... Oh, poor dears.
That's what'll happen to everyone in Thirdborn if we don't stop. This.
I don't have a tracker.
Stay sharp. Dream thralls.
Could we find some shade? I'm stuck in a...
Yep. Remind me not to make you mad.
points.
Can't come through here, friend. Temerty's closed it off for fear of the plague.
Uh-huh. They might. And where are we looking at? The merchants.
Someone's eager to meet us.
Ooh.
We'll get them next
Sorry,
time,
Aedyr.
dear.
Can't come through here, friend. Temerty's closed it off
Where's
for
the
fear of the
merchant?
plague.
In here? What's in here? Prince Marius is missing. And just scan the area for. Okay, good. There's a fast travel point.
Magical ability required to make such a barrier. It's remarkable.
Stay sharp. The path to the ruins is swarming with dream thralls.
And that's perfectly alright. switch the roster, get Marius, clean out the place.
Thank you for telling us about Tama. For what it's worth, I don't think less of you. Dealing with grief.
Listen, thank you for visiting Tama's memorial with me. I didn't think I'd ever trust someone the way I trusted him, but both of you have a clarity of purpose I've never seen in anyone else. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Like I just woke up with a hangover. Every feeling, every memory I tried to keep a lid on is sloshing around, and I'm struggling to keep my balance. But I'm also remembering moments I hadn't let myself think on in a long time. It's a process.
We think of grief as a burden, as something to be conquered. After a while, it gets to be so familiar, it's almost a source of comfort.
I wish this were another burden to conquer. That would feel easier. It's hard to imagine grief ever being a comfort, but I'll have to take your word for it.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I'll get there. And thank you for seeing this through with me. Was there something else? I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway.
I wonder what the level cap is.
Anyway.
One moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep quiet.
In the eyes, won't devour! Touch it!
Yep, it's shopping time.
Nice job, everyone.
Shadows purge the blight!
Tracking is more difficult out here, but not impossible.
Hurry in the brush!
Arms up!
Get off me!
One moment.
Zorb.
On the left!
Watch yourselves.
I jumped right in front of the gun. Ooh, scary.
Stinging wasps! Treacherous weed! Shadows!
Nice job!
And up we go.
That's a lot of dream throws. What's going on here?
Ice strike!
Throwing rocks.
On your right!
One moment.
Dead body. The guy in the at the waterfall.
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll stop here and reset. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, and we'll be back.